Hello and welcome to another new video regarding SAP Fiori. In this video, we will explore what is Fiori and what the new features Fiori 3.0 has. Let's begin. So, first of all, we will explore the topic of introduction to SAP Fiori. SAP Fiori is the new face of SAP user interface which capture rapidly all the marketplace in the user experience market because it is very attractive, it is very easy to use, and as compared to the standard SAP GUI, it has a very frequent and very simple way of using the SAP transactions. So when we talk about SAP Fiori, it is a new user experience of SAP introduced, and it creates a new fresh face of SAP software. Different customer uses different SAP product such as SAP S4HANA, SAP SuccessFactor, SAP Ariba, SAP Cloud, means all the new products which are launching SAP now has this intuitive and this attractive user experience called SAP Fiori. It provides a set of application of all SAP module with a great consumer experience. Fury can also be called as a design language that provides role-based user approach that is very much needed for latest business requirement. The role-based user approach mean that every user has its unique role. For example, if we are running a purchase department and there two or three people are working, and in old interface, all the users of purchase department accessing the same transaction, but they are using some part of this transaction for their own task. Now Fury bifurcate all the transaction into different tasks, and all the tasks combine into a single app. Let's say if a purchase person using a single tab entering the information of the purchase master, and the other user is responsible to enter the information of detail. So in SAP Fury they both have different apps, and as different role assigned to both users. So now the reason for another reason for that SAP launched this interface is the access of mobile devices and in everywhere in the market. So a normal shopkeeper or a normal seller in the shop is using the touch screen mobile, and they want to do transaction on the on their hand, and in a very simple way. They don't want the complex GI transactions on a desktop or a tablet. They want to do transaction very rapidly and in a very simple way. So that's why SAP feels that SAP should also launch its the very user-friendly interface for all the users of for all its users and customers. So then the SAP software will improve and capture its IT market. As far as types of apps in SAP Fiori, there are three types of app available. Number one is transaction apps and analytical apps, and the last one is fact sheet app. We will discuss later in this video and the implementation and what are these type of Fiori apps exist and what they do and what these apps, this type of app use for catching the customer business requirement and for implementing the business strategy via apps. So let's discuss the history of SAP Fiori. There was a graphical, as you know, GUI interface was we are using for many years, and that was used by SAP R3. Whereas after the invent of SAP S4 HANA in the 2010, new user interface was developed named SAP Fiori. In 2010, the development of SAP Fury was started, and the S4 HANA, which totally changed the game and totally changed the database theme to database view and database the logic and the how we can rapidly use our database. It's S4 HANA totally changed the scenario. It's introduced the in-memory database, so a new user experience or new user interface was very very needed at that time. So SAP Fury was introduced in 2013 formally with focus in mobile friendly interface. Mobile friendly interface means all apps can be accessed by any device like mobile, tablet, and desktop. Initially, it had 25 apps, but now it has 7,500 plus apps. Fiori is a user based interface based on individual user per work, as we discussed already. In 2016, Fiori 2.0 was introduced, which has new advanced capabilities. In 2017, Fury 3.0 was developed, which has new design customization and machine learning capabilities and much more. So, as far as SAP user experience strategy, we can bifurcate it into three types and three strategy phases. Number one is what's the new application needed by customers. So SAP develop new apps for every space, for every single space, for every single business unit. SAP develops new apps, and all the apps developed in this new user interface technology named Fury. Secondly, renew. Renew mean the SAP on the most of the transaction which are normally used by customers like purchase order or sale order creation and production related transactional transaction screens, all the modules, all the transitions was redeveloped in SAP Fury, and we can say renovate all the existing transactions in the new phase of SAP Fury. Last one, we can say it enabled. So last one is those application, yeah, those customization which user or which customers needed. SAP built an environment. SAP provide and development environment via business application studio and other tools, ADT and all the things which enabled customers to build their own app under their own requirement. They can easily develop their Fury apps by using these platform provided by SAP. So they can find very easy, and they can run their businesses on their needs and on their demands very comfortably. Now, types of Fury applications. Fury has, as we discussed previously, Fury has three types of application. Number one is transactional apps. analytical apps, and the third one is fact sheet app. When we discussed about transaction app, with these app user can perform routine transaction activities such as create, change, uh, display the transactions for purchase order, like purchase order, sale order, approving requests with proper navigation. And the second one is analytical apps. With this app, user can perform analytical tasks like ability to analyze business status and evaluate operational KPIs in real time. This app has a combination of data and analytical power of S4 HANA or SAP HANA. So it's mean that by using analytical app, the management can rapidly do their decision with the ease of finding and the data, finding the MIS report. They can take decision at any time, because they have the information available, and they can explore all the information of their business at any time, at any place, and at any device. The third type of your application is fact sheet app. With this app, user can perform the drill down the key information and contextual information, business information. It allows user to navigate one fact sheet to its related fact sheet. For example, if a management finds something not something bad, or something malfunctioning into the something in KPIs of any particular KPI, so they can investigate these figures, that they can ask their CFOs or other down level management, that what's happening and what is this. uh, Please find the please investigate the why the KPI, for example, of net profit, find the KPI of balance sheet, is not is showing this figure. So for investigation purpose, the lower management will have to access to the apps which have some facts, which has the detailed information of that KPI. So for these type of investigation, SAP introduced SAP provide the fact sheet apps. The user can easily develop the fact sheet app, so which will give the reason, which will give the information about the particular inquiry. Hope I made my point clear. And if anything is still you want to clear, do comment me. I can answer you at my ease. Now moving on, SAP Fiori Element. These are the standard low code templates that support popular application pattern that don't require Java coding. This means that SAP provides some template, which have already built-in code, and they support all the application pattern, um, which required for Java code, and that don't require Java coding. Mean that all the things already built in into the template of this app, so that don't require Java coding. The predefined controllers and view available with latest design pattern mean all the coder or the developer don't need to designing things, make new design pattern. They don't need to create views, controllers. They only need to just assemble, just use the Fury elements, and develop the required app. In this way, it reduces huge amount of development of front end. Some additional features of Fury elements are uh, SAP Web ID Wizard. It can accessible by SAP Web ID Wizard, which is a newly SAP editor for the development of app. And um, the another thing is SAP UI5 flexibility service support, mean all the controls of SAP UI5 are available for in SAP Fiori Elements. In so SAP Fury Launch, it is also had the feature SAP Fury Launchpad app integration, which means that when the developer develop the app, it can be easily integrated, it can be easily accessible to the SAP Fury Launchpad. We will discuss Fury Launchpad in this video later. So to this video. And the next thing is next feature, critical status icon SAP. Mean Fury element provide the status icons when like status is red, or status is green, status is yellow. It shows some icons of the state of the transition, like uh, like we explore in FBL3, and in ancient GI interface FBL3 and FBL5, and which shows the status of the transaction. Either it is open, either it is cleared. So the critical status icon can be explored, can be integrated uh, into the Fury elements. The next one is Fury Elements floor plan. Fury Elements has some specific floor plan like object list, analytical list page, overview page, list report, and work list. It's mean that we can easily build analytical list page, we can easily build overview page type of app, and list report type of app, and work list type of app. So by using Fury element, and the 70 to 80% work of developer reduced, and in this way the rapid app development introduced by SAP. Yeah, I have given here the link into this slide. Also, I will give into this description, where you can find the detailed information about SAP Fiori Elements. Moving on, SAP Fiori Launchpad. The screen you are viewing is showing the SAP Fiori Launchpad, where every where many applications are showing, and these are grouping into some type of business logic, and showing into the just as a tiles. We can also say and the shortcut of any app as a tile. So um, each tile is showing individual app, like here monitor material coverage. Both have different data, and both have different usage. Check material coverage, monitor external coverage, and monitor internal requirement. So um, each and every application configured into the separate tile. Now moving on, let's have discussion about SAP Fiori Launchpad. Fiori Launchpad is the entry point for all SAP Fiori app on mobile and desktop devices. It displays a home page with tiles. Each tile represents an app we already discussed. It provides an app finder option to quickly search any app. It provides the Me area where user can customize the setting and recent open app shortcuts. User can easily add or delete group or app by himself. The SAP gave complete freedom to the user, that He can add, delete, or make any type of group by himself and use any app according to his requirement. Every user its role based related app as assigned by security personnel. So the app which are showing onto the home page, onto the launchpad of particular user, which were assigned by the security personnel or basis personnel, depend on the role of his job. For example, end user uses it to access app what they need for daily tasks. Administrators use Launchpad for configuration purpose. Developer use it to create SAP UI5 app that are Launchpad compliant. Launchpad load apps as component but not web pages. Developers can build applications rapidly by using Fiori Element because it has permit blueprints, views, and controllers. It means that accessing or developing and developer can easily use Fiori Launchpad and make a group of its required app for the development of Fury apps very easily. SAP ABAP programming models. SAP provide two types of programming model for developing of SAP Fiori apps. Number one is standard programming model, and number two is ABAP RESTful programming model. Let's discuss first one, ABAP standard programming model. This model support optimized auditor service development for SAP Fiori app that are based on serious views, that is core data service views. It support analytical transition and search applications. Mean the model is optimized by the auditor service, and auditor service auditor service accessed by the SAP Fiori app, and the auditor service auditor service is integrate with a particular CDS view or views for displaying the required data. In the backend, CDS views were created like previously there were table, but now in SAP Fiori new programming model, there are CDS core data service views, which gave access the data which is access the data to the auditor service, and each app has some particular auditor service enablement. So this type of programming model support analytical, transition, and search application. Let's discuss analytical and search application. Analytical and search application are called read-only application and are based on CDS data model application specific annotation. Means analytical and search application are called read only, mean the end user cannot do any input, cannot amend the data, cannot update the data, cannot delete the data, and cannot maintain the data in any way. He only view the data like analytics, like any report type of change, like MIS information. And these apps, these applications are based on CDS data model. Here you can note these are CDS data model, but not CDS views. We are talking about CDS data model application, and it also use specific annotations. The second one we can call transactional application required BOPF. What is BOPF? BOPF is Business Object Processing Framework for handling of CRUD operations like create, read, update, and delete operations on business object. As you know, transactions always used to update to maintain the data specifically, and without any complication, without any disturbance, or without any harm. So here And the transition apps uses business object processing framework, which is different as compared to CDS data model. And the business object processing framework offers the things, the coding, the way, the strategy for supporting CRUD operation on our database, irrespective of any module. Now, moving on. The second one is ABAP RESTful programming model. Like a standard model, it also supports OData service, but it uses SAP HANA optimized OData services and CDS technologies. The most significant features of this model is its availability on SAP BTP, Business Technology Platform. I will discuss in detail about business technology platform in my coming video. Stay stuck to my channel so that you can find the video, the informative video about business platform. Now, continue this thing. The BTP, which was offered since August 2018. August 2018, BTP was launched. This model integrated directly to ABAP language core. Though, though the using in short, if we want to integrate our app, if we want to support the external world to our to the internal world of SAP, we use business technology platform, and very easily that was offered in 2018. This model integrated directly to ABAP core language, means that ABAP core language directly handshaking to the SAP BTP. And second thing is it introduced new transportable objects for behavior definitions, service binding, service definitions, and new entity manipulation language, that is EML. EML control the behavior of business objects. um, it The next thing is it do not require any additional libraries and tools. The previous standard model uses ABAP framework, whereas RESTful model uses core ABAP language. So there is no need of any additional libraries and tools. Require any additional libraries and tools. The previous standard model uses ABAP framework, whereas RESTful model uses core ABAP language. CDS provide In addition, CDS provide a framework for defining and consuming semantic data models. These data models represent in the form of database views. Mean all the data model are present into the SAP in the backend in the form of database view, and these database view have a have a logic regarding regarding the view which needed for CDS for the framework, or which needed for consuming the data. It offers developers an efficient way to build enterprise-ready SAP HANA optimized or database Fury user interface service and web APIs. This mean this new program model offers developer to develop all the app in efficient way, and which the apps have the ability of enterprise ready and enterprise ready solutions, and which can also easily integrate with the web APIs and other user interface services. Now let's discuss the different version on different platform. Time to time SAP introduce in ABAP platform less than the version 7.5, there were classic ABAP programming and freestyle ABAP programming were using. As the time goes on, the ABAP platform introduced the versions greater than 7.5. ABAP programming model for SAP Fiori were introduced, which uses SCGW and OData reference data server source, also based on core data services and CDS based BOPF. And lastly, SAP Cloud Platform introduced in the S4 HANA versions greater than 1808. In this version, a RESTful programming model was introduced, which based on business services, core data services, and behavior definition and implementation. Now have a look of Fury design guidelines. You can find in the picture that it comprises of five qualities, and that is role based, delightful, app should be coherent, app should be simple, and app should be adaptive. Let's discuss. In order to provide unified pleasant user interface, user experience at any device, SAP gave SAP Fiori design guidelines. There are five core principles from which guidelines are built. Number one, role based. SAP Fiori is designed to fit your specific needs and adapts to the way you and your business work. As already discussed, every person in the SAP has different role or the same role, but it depends on his usage, what transactions and the what part of transaction the user is uses. Based on his usage, and the Fury apps have been already built, and the specific role should have these specific apps. The when a user log in onto his Fury Launchpad, he only have his related apps, his related app, which access, which ease his work in a very fast way. The second thing is it is delightful. The SAP Fury improves overall work experience, allowing user to effectively complete their tasks. If user get their work easy, he feel delight at every step. Third one is coherent. The visual design is inconsistent through the platform, which provide regularity throughout a user experience regardless of the current action being performed. Mean the user experience of any user should be same, should be consistent, regardless of the module, regardless of anything. He find all the things coherent, and all the things in the same pattern, in the same designing style. And the fourth one is the fourth quality and fourth guideline is the Fury app should be simple. The functionality of SAP Fury is basic and intuitive. Users can easily move over from place to place and complete tasks productively with the ease to use function. Mean the Fury app should be simple. It The user don't have to find anything complex, and the user don't have to find up and down and go from and where. He access all the things in a very right direction, in a very stepwise things, and very intuitive intuitive behavior. So then he perform his task very in a very simple way, in a very easily. The last one is adaptive. The Fury app should be adaptive. It means that all the Fury app which have the capability to change its shape regardless of any device. SAP Fury is accommodating to the way an individual work. It provides Fury app to run on desktop, tablets, smartphone, and hybrid device. It means irrespective of devices, user can easily perform his transitions, his task. Additional resources, if we talk about additional resources, um, and there we must mention SAP UI 5. All SAP Fiori apps are built using SAP UI 5, the UI development toolkit for HTML5 that provide a programming model for desktop and mobile application. Its JavaScript user interface control library allow users to build application that can run on any device. It supports data binding that is not supported by HTML5. SAP UI 5 is a great uh, great thing which has been added. It supports all the control which needed by the JavaScript, uh, just like the JavaScript control library. So all the controls all the controls are easily works in this by using this SAP UI5 framework. SAP Gateway and OData. It provides connection between devices, environment, and platform to SAP system. It uses open data protocol OData, so you can use any programming language or model to connect to SAP and non-SAP application. The SAP Gateway is used to set up and activate the OData service. The OData service are a mandatory component for running SAP Fiori app. They retrieve the business data for use in the SAP Fiori app from the backend system. OData is a standardized protocol for creating and consuming data APIs. So, in a short way, SAP Gateway provide the linking, provide the connection between external world or the Fury and Fury app uh, to the SAP, and the OData service find and give the access to the particular service of Fury app. So then the user can easily access data without any hesitation. Third one is SAP HANA Access. Mm, App HANA Access is a SAP HANA Access is a web server within SAP HANA that provide an application development platform. Mean it is a web server which exists in SAP S4 HANA, and it provide the application development platform for the developers. As an integrated software extension, purpose its purpose is to enhance performance activity and provide access to SAP HANA core feature. It also improve the performance of Fury apps and the performance of HANA in any way. Last but not least, related SAP technologies. What to learn more about SAP Fiori? Additional information can be found in the blog and books listed below. So I have many SAP. I have many source of information for you guys. You can find all the links after commenting me very easily, and I will I will provide all the links, all the detail about the sources which you should want, we should must discover by yourself. You should must explore all the things by yourself, so they can you made clear yourself about SAP Fury. So do subscribe my channel and do stick to my channel, so then you can find more rated videos. Till then, bye bye, love is.